Hey! Did you get Mion's letter? Never mind, it's a bit of a chore. Here, check out these puppies. All the photos from yesterday. Yep, I'd probably steer clear of that mailbox of yours for today. But, even if you didn't and someone did write you a letter telling you to hold up on the investigation, you'd ignore it, wouldn't ya? 'Cause we made a promise to get to the bottom of all this, didn't we? Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to take these here photographs to the folk we talked about yesterday and find out what all they know. I'd take care of it myself, but to be honest, I can't rightly stand listening to half the folk around here for more than about a minute and a half. So the responsibility therefore lands squarely on you and your lonesome. With all this here evidence and whatnot, everybody'll have no choice but to spill the beans about what they know. At least, I assume that's how it works. So, you ready? Yeehaw! Knew I could count on you. Once we clear Logan's name, we'll be heroes. Maybe they'll hold a parade for us. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I gotta get back to the ranch before my pa notices there ain't nobody keeping the yak mail company. Let's meet up at the Blue Moon once you've got the scoop.
Are you okay? He told me right before the incident everything would be okay. He lied. Oh. This. I never should have drew this. If I knew what was going to happen, I never would have. We used to go on lots of adventures. Then Logan changed. He didn't care about me, or my mom, or anybody. My mom said if things get better, we were going to rebuild a school in Sandrock. But things got worse because of Logan! Now I'm the only kid in town.
Technology leads to war.
Hey there. Hope the pressure's not getting to you too much. You're trying to find out more information about Logan, huh? Well, ain't that cute? I'm afraid there ain't much more to know than what's already been known. But I suppose I wouldn't mind you proving me wrong on that. Huh? So what if I did? What was I supposed to do? His mind was made up. I'm afraid there ain't much more to know than what's already been known. But I suppose I wouldn't mind you proving me wrong on that. What? Yeah, I made this equipment. So what? I can't hardly be held responsible for everything that moves in and out of my shop now, can I? What are you implying, huh? You got a lot of nerve. Look, I was close with Howlett and Logan as well. What happened to that man was a gosh dang travesty. But that's just the way things are out here sometimes. All it takes is one slip up, and you're gone. I always considered myself to be like an uncle to Logan. I would have taken him in, but I guess he didn't see it that way. I worry about what Logan might do, and I worry about how the more things escalate, the less likely I'm ever gonna see that pup I used to know ever again. There ain't gonna be an amicable settlement at the end of all this, so don't over-involve yourself. Be seeing ya.
Oh, hey there. Here for the ceremony, huh? Well, this is it. I paid an arm and a leg getting advertising all the way out to Atara. And this is the turnout. Logan, why couldn't he have blown up the water tower next week? Or better yet, not at all? Well, on the bright side, since there's no one here, there's no one to see how miserable of a failure this is. Thanks for coming out to show your support. I'm sure you've still got plenty to do after the attack. It means a lot. This ain't the end of the world, though. Maybe once the Civil Corps finally catch that no-good-nick, I'll paint the sleds a different color and rebrand the whole thing or something. I even had this gift specially picked out for my first customer, and I guess my first customer is you now, huh? I guess technically Burgess was here first, but his beliefs wouldn't allow him to accept a relic. Here you go. Oh, speaking of Burgess, he wanted to talk to you. He feels responsible for getting the ball rolling on this thing, I guess. I mean, this is nobody's fault but Logan's, but I couldn't convince him otherwise. Catch you later. We'll get him next time.
Hey there. Gosh, real shame about all this. It seems like this whole entertainment thing blew up in our faces, and it's all my fault. Well, I suppose one could blame Logan, as his antics did scare everyone away from the ceremony, but oh shucks, let's call it 50-50. What's more, I realized that my survey, which was intended to support the need for giving people in town a rest, actually ended up putting you builders back to work. Well, I'm real sorry that things turned out like this. Foresight is not your strong suit. Miguel always says that about me. If it means anything, I did want to tell you that I think you did a really great job on the sand sled thing. even if nobody showed up. All the stuff you've been doing for Sandrock? Well, a lot of people appreciate it. We're all rooting for you. So, I saved up some money and got you a week-long pass to ride on Katori's sand sled game as many times as you want. I got one for Mian, too, since you guys have been working so hard lately. Well, have fun. Be careful, those sleds can get real speedy. Oh, hi. You're looking kind of serious. Is everything okay? Oh, gosh. You want to know about that night? Well, let me think. Everything is a bit fuzzy for me. I was taking the late shift, helping out with patrols, making sure nobody snuck in to see old Howlett, who was being quarantined. It was a stressful time for all of us, but obviously Logan was affected the most. Sure enough, he showed up and the last thing I remember is me politely explaining to him that going into the temple right then was against the rules. Then everything went black. When I woke up, everybody helped me to my feet and wanted to know what happened, but I didn't really see anything. It's all very sad. I can't help but think if Logan hadn't acted so irrationally, perhaps his father would still be. Some things are best not to dwell on. What happened happened. No one wanted it to be this way. Blaming anyone won't bring him back. I think the sooner Logan accepts that and takes responsibility for what he did, well, perhaps the sooner we can have him back in the flock. Maybe the reason no one's talked about this much since you've been here is we are all really sad about the way things turned out. Maybe some people also fear that it's something they did that drove Logan down this path. Logan will come back to the light one day. I'm sure of it. Just make sure to stay safe out there. And remember, we're all in this together, so don't hesitate to ask for help.
You're looking into the Logan incident, eh? Dreadful stuff. Quite displeased to see things turn out the way they did. But it can't be helped. To be blunt, if Howlett had stayed out of the ruins we all know are too dangerous to explore, he'd still be alive. Yes, I made the decision to put Howlett under quarantine. Yes, it did enrage Logan and drive him to madness. But I did what was best for the town, and I'd do it again if I had to. It's not a pleasant tale, just like the state of our world, unfortunately.
Hello there! What stroke of luck has brought you my way? That night? When Logan attacked the temple? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. I was just at home going through my inventory. I found out about all the commotion later, just like everyone else. Hello there! What stroke of luck has brought— Oh boy. It seems my secret supplier has been revealed. Yes. I told Mian that those recipes were company secrets, which was true. Only Haru and myself are privy to such knowledge. What? I was the only one left around here who knew how to make that stuff. I'm supposed to just give away my recipes like that? Come now, I've got to pay the bills too, you know? It's really so unpleasant what happened with Haru. Not only because I consider him a friend of mine, but also because of that great mind of his. He was always coming up with inventions and such. We had a really good deal. All the products he showed me how to make, I put up in my shop and we split the earnings. 50-50. I've even put aside what he'd be making. You know, if he ever comes back. Whatever would a bright and unassuming fellow be doing with a barbarian like Logan anyway? I say there must be blackmail involved. Haru would never turn against us on a dime like this. Well, friend, now that you know how to make the stuff, care to not spread it around too much? I think it's great that you're looking into things. Haru can't be the villain they're making him out to be. He just can't be. I wish you luck in your investigations. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Hey, it's Skinny Arms. How can the Protector serve you today? Aha, trying to track down that dastardly Logan, are you? Good on you, Skinny. If you do find out where he is, why not tell me first? Skip the civil corps. Skip the paperwork, you know. Make sure Logan gets some real justice. No? I thought we were doing extrajudicial stuff already. It's not such a stretch from what you're doing now. Fine. What do I know? Let me think. The night Logan attacked our temple, I was at home pumping iron. Yes, I believe I was trying to perfect a 300-kilogram clean and press with one finger. But my darn palmar interosseous muscle was acting up. As soon as I heard the explosion, I rushed out of my room to see Burgess knocked out. That's something I see all the time, but what really caught my attention was the exploded temple. I managed to catch a glimpse of Logan riding away with someone, but they were too far gone for me to pursue. Maybe it really is time for me to get a loyal steed to call my own. Nah, I'll just keep training to run faster. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to my story as much as I enjoyed telling it. Say, Skinny Arms, you're a good listener. I'll have to tell you stories more often. Hey, it's Skinny Arms. How can the Protector serve you? What's that? Making bombs now, are we? Haha, finally! You're getting into building cool stuff. I meant to say something to you about all those lame screws and boards and, Oh, I see. Yes, now that you mention it, I believe I have seen these kinds of bombs before. Yes. It's coming back to me. That foul Logan's paramount compatriot used those kinds of bombs as his weapons of choice. A bit cowardly, if you ask me. If you don't have the guts to look someone in the eye as you punch them in the teeth, well, in my book, you shouldn't be fighting at all. Furthermore, these puny things would hardly scathe an indomitable chevalier such as myself. Hey, it's Skinny Arms. How can the... No more questions, I agree. There's a very good chance there's something around here that could aid in Logan's apprehension. Do let me know if you come up with anything good.
Howdy there. Any news to report on the water tower? Well, of course, I was there at the scene of it all, as were most of us. I came out after the explosion, but by the time I knew what was going on, Logan was long gone. Howdy there. Any news to report on the water? Goodness, now wherever did you find this? You know, you don't need to be sneaking around, acting all suspicious if all you're after is information. Yes, this makes sense. Although I must admit, this shows a level of organization from Logan I can't say I was aware he might be capable of. No doubt you started to put things together since your arrival, but perhaps you'd best hear the tale in its entirety to dispel any misconceptions you might have about the whole ordeal. Not too long before you started living in Sandrock, a great tragedy struck this town. Howlett, the monster hunter, and his son Logan, with whom you are already quite familiar with, ran into some trouble. Howlett went diving in some ruins explicitly blocked off by the Civil Corps due to an abundance of unknown and dangerous substances. Sure enough, he became contaminated with something bizarre. Logan reacted rather wildly after Pastor Miguel quarantined his father inside the temple and refused to let Logan come in contact with him due to fears of contamination. He couldn't believe his father would be so careless as to come in contact with dangerous Age of Corruption concoctions. One night during the quarantine, Logan attacked the temple with bombs. I assume it was to free his father from the quarantine. But whatever the case, Logan botched the operation and parts of the temple collapsed. Us church folk were all outside, but Logan's father was still in there where we'd left him, and when we found him down there, he was already gone. Logan blamed us church folk for what happened, and now he seems bent on some kind of revenge. And he'd sooner take down the whole town if it means getting to us, I reckon. I appreciate your concern on the matter, but I fear there's not much we can do but trust in the acumen of our civil corps to bring Logan to justice. Without hurting him too much, I hope. Try not to get discouraged. There are brighter days ahead, I'm sure of it.
That's enough, Mr. Arvio, was it? Remind me, whose shop is this again?
Sorry, am I overstepping yet? I just feel there really must be a way for the two of you to work together. Mr. Mysterious, perhaps you just hadn't noticed this particular part yet. It's got a lot of potential. Surely this one is mysterious enough to add to your stock.
Please, call me the Mysterious Man. Mr. Mysterious was my father's moniker. But on the subject of mysteriousness, I'm afraid this pot could hardly be called mysterious enough for one such as myself.
It has never been my intention to have my work be confined to a singular aesthetic, much less a single word. If my wares are of no interest to you, then I believe we are done here. I have other orders to attend to.
You think I don't know what I'm talking about? You know, people don't come to this shop for the quality of the goods, right? You do know why they come, don't you?
How dare you? Have you no sense of dignity?
Hey, don't take it personally. Look, I've been around, I've seen the best. If I brought my guys from Walnut Groove in here to see this dull junk you're peddling, they'd laugh their butts off at the mere notion that you're anything but an amateur. And what is that kiln you've got back there? Looks like it's from the Stone Age.
Hey! That's my sister's livelihood you're talking about there, pal!
Quiet, Javio. Indeed, I use a traditional kiln. Glazing requires a kiln with more advanced temperature controls.
So, you know all about it. What's your excuse then? Old ways are best?
No, money. And besides, though a traveler as yourself may have encountered such things, the more advanced kilns are rare, and their construction is still a well-guarded secret by masters within the ceramics community.
Well, if you're a true artist, go and seek one of these masters out. Get off of your high horse and beg if you must. Till then, I have no business being here, and you have no business acting as though I do.
Then you get one for me.
Why would I do that?
You said seek a master. You're the so-called master of trade, who claims he can get any rare item from any rare place. Get me a new kiln, and I'll prove to you that my ceramics are as good as anyone's in whatever sky it is you speak of.
You think I'm really gonna lug a kiln halfway across the Free Cities, just so you can maybe feel better about yourself?
Get me a diagram then. I'll have one built.
What's in it for me? Oh, the local builder is here.
We were just thinking about you. I'm going to need your help.
Hey, I didn't agree to do anything yet. Hold your horses. Your friend here is very astute. In business, all things are conditional, and everything has a price. It is as you say, Miss Amira. I am a master of trade. There is no item too rare for me to find, but such a service comes at a cost. 5,000 golds.
What? You're really not afraid of taking advantage, are you?
You think so? Nah, really. I'm taking it easy on you guys.
You know what? I actually happen to think grey, non-glazed parts are pretty neat all of a sudden. Perhaps we ought to forget about all of this price gauging and...
No, Arvio. His price. It is fair. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up.
Uh-huh. Wow. Offers on the table. If you decide you want my help, I'll be staying at the Blue Moon for about 3 days. Come find me if you get the money. Or don't. Makes no difference to me.
Hammy! Amira, what should we do?
Be quiet. Can't hear myself think.
All our savings add up to around 3,000 golds. Maybe we could sell a few things, but are you really thinking of bankrupting us for our new kiln? Is it really going to be worth it? How do we know that mysterious man, if that even is his real name, isn't just blowing smoke up both our backsides?
What? You have that much money to spend on kilns? How long have you been hiding your wealth? Can builders make that much money?
I can't accept that. If you want to help, perhaps it would be alright for you to lend us what we lack. 2,000 golds. 5,000. It's just...
Wow. So you really want to do this, huh, Am?
Yes. Trust me, Arvio. One of these temperature-controlling kilns will open doors for my shop, and probably be a lot of fun, too. Thank you. You will be repaid in full, very soon. Now, come, brother. Let us depart to the Blue Moon. Fetch the savings, if you would.
Ah, yes, the savings. Easy come, easy go.
Hey there. How you holding up? Yeah, not that night. But he came into the saloon that day with Haru, and they were acting real strange, buying up a lot of supplies. It was later that I heard that they blew up the temple in an attempt to get Howlett out, and the old man died in the blast. Frankly, even if Logan did manage to get Howlett out of quarantine, it would have endangered us all with the disease. Real sad story. Other than that, though, I'm afraid I don't know much of anything. Hey there! How you holding up? Wow. Where'd you dig up an old relic like that? Yep, that's me in the background. But I can't say I remember too much about this day. Oh, people were always getting married in the Blue Moon back then. Logan's ma. What was she like? I can barely remember her face if not for this photo. She skipped town not too long after Logan was born. Shocked everyone with that move. Hardly worth mentioning Logan's old man. Howlett took it the hardest. But you'd never have guessed it from this photo. Looks like a match made in heaven. Except for the tear down the center, I guess. When Howlett came back with the disease and was put in quarantine by the church, Logan really lost it. He started shouting for them to release his paw outside the temple door. Understandable. Howlett was all he had his whole life. Well, that's not completely true. I considered Logan a friend once. I really just hope he sees through all this madness and turns himself in. Then maybe the healing can begin. So you're trying to find out more about Logan, huh? Yeah, I don't blame you. It's all pretty weird. Never heard of a decent fella going bad so quick like that. My hope through all of this is that nobody else gets hurt. Well, good luck with whatever it is you're doing. And let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Sorry I'm late.
You're fine. We just got here a little early.
Ooh, what have we here? You brought our fine associate to the tea party, have you? Meeting the friend group already? Things must be getting pretty serious.
Pablo's just teasing. You'll get used to it.
And why the third degree, Pablo? Sounds like someone's jealous.
Couldn't tell you. I've never had to be jealous.
I'm sorry. I've been so preoccupied with work lately. It's been so long since I've been able to come.
Well, while we're doing confessions, you've been away for so long I was forced to open up auditions for your replacement. But you know, when certain entrepreneurial gentlewomen hear they have to spend a little on the premium tea and dessert, they backed out. It seems not many in this town are interested in refining their palate. So you're safe. For now.
I see. I suspected your response to my absence would be less than charitable. As such, I've brought a present for each of you, as an apology.
Aha! Her tact is surpassed only by her beauty. Very well, Miss Amira. The club curator recognizes your gifts. All is forgiven.
Seconded. And wow, this gift box is just stunning, Amira. Wait, there's more inside?
It's a small teacup, handmade as you might expect. Look, I engraved your names on them too. The builder helped me create the fragrant satchels, so you'll always be able to enjoy a pleasant aroma that should pair nicely with any tea leaf.
Very personal. I approve. You must join us for tea. If not only for your charm, because I've grown weary of these two beauties. Give me something new to look at.
Right back at you, sunshine.
Yes, do please join us more often. I feel like you'd be a suitable member for our tea party. Pablo, as he mentioned, is the leader. Heidi and I are his knights, and together we call ourselves
The Fleeting Youth
Tea
Tea Society.
Fleeting, as in swift. We are all that remains of the vibrant artistic Sandrock scene that once was. So it goes without saying we're always on the lookout for new members. So charmingly positive. But we already have the nice one. That role is fulfilled by none other than our alliterative architect, Miss Heidi. Never mind that. We'll play it by ear. Good find, Miss Amira.
Why, Pablo? Can it be? Are you starting to trust my judgment?
There's nothing in the rule book that says we can't have two nice ones.
Typical nice one response. Very well then, let the induction ceremony begin.
Great. Well, today's on me then. I've always wanted to celebrate a new member.
Heidi, you can't keep doing this.
Come on, Ami. Who are we to turn down our big fancy architect's kind offer? Quickly now, a toast before she changes her mind.
Toast what? This is tea, not yak mill milk. All right. Well, to our success.
Success? Come now, that's a given. Let's toast to something better.
As our newest member, why don't you make a toast? Exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, very good. And quick addendum? To Sandrock becoming the art capital of the Free Cities.
You're just going to leave it there?
Surely your story isn't over.
When it comes to my own tea, I prefer sipping to spilling.
Oh, come on now. Just a hint.
What happens in Walnut Grove stays in Walnut Grove, my darlings.
She didn't.
She did.
She wouldn't.
She would.
Goodness.
I thought she was a nun.
She was.
They're actually doing really well. They have their own company and everything. It's called A&G.
Boring. Not juicy enough. Next, Amira. Whatever happened to that one guy who liked you? Waited outside your shop for a while?
Which one?
You know. The ugly one.
Which one?
It's lovely to have new members. Till next time.
Bye, everyone. I really have to get back to work, though.
That was lovely. And I think our gifts were a hit. Pablo is a lovely man, but he must be appeased from time to time. I know only from experience. In any case, I do hope you'll stop by again. Take this with you, and welcome once again to the Fleeting Youth Tea Society.
Oh hey, you're diving today too, huh? Hey, check this out! A mysterious black box. It doesn't have a latch or anything, and I can't break it open either. Believe me, I tried. I have to know what's inside. It's driving me crazy! The box must be holding something inside. What do you think I should do? Sure, Director Chi knows all kinds of stuff. Maybe he's even encountered one of these things before. I'll stop by the research center tomorrow around 6 p.m. You should join me if you have time. Well, I've got enough ores for today, I reckon. Be seeing you.
No answer? No?
Oh, yes. Yes, these were the good old days. We were so full of hope then. We used to write messages in the sand with straw. If you stuck them in there with a shovel, they'd stay there for a long, long time. But this photo, it was quite a while after we started doing that. Ah, yes. It all started when I found that old book. I thought fate was giving us another chance. From the ruins of the old world that impoverished us, we found a book. One that detailed all sorts of agricultural techniques. Advanced concepts that included even terraforming the desert. The methods in the book seemed out of our grasp, however, until I noticed that the message I used to write in the sand with straw, if I made them into a square, they could protect plants inside it from the blowing sands. And so began the straw grid. I began digging thousands of squares across the desert, sowing stubborn plants in each of them, ones I knew could survive. As the plants grew, the straw became like fertilizer. After a few cycles, sand turned back into soil again. Zeke might have told you something about those days, We were all building the straw grid. And for a while there, we thought we were going to put a dent into the sandstorms. But the desert was too strong. We were like droplets of water fighting against an unfeeling ocean. No matter what we did, the winds kept blowing, and our oasis got smaller and smaller. I'm sorry that regaling such a pleasant memory took a rather dark turn. Please, stop by if you find any more of my photos. Oh, this old thing. Many people forget that Zeke was the minister of our town for a while. Back in '78, a lot of folks were leaving. That was the year Martel didn't come back from one of her excursions. Without her around, well, those close to Zeke now know that he can be a truly inspiring person. So those few of us left, myself included, asked him to step up and try to be the voice that we needed to keep spirits up in Sandrock. Of course, we knew Zeke's soft-spoken nature might not translate well to the stage, but, well, we'd hoped he could find his voice in time. That never happened. He gave it his all. It was moving as a father to see him trying so hard, but at the end of the day, he was a fish out of quicksand. Each of his sermons floundered to roughly the same extent, showing no signs of improvement. Life is like biocrust, he'd say. The issue there within being, no one really knows what biocrust is. He didn't want to give up, but it wasn't his decision. People stopped coming to his sermons, and when Miguel came, he didn't even know he was replacing anyone. It was for the best. I'd like to think now that Zeke is inspiring people in other ways. All the efforts he's put into understanding this desert of ours, his achievements are finally visible. Thanks in no small part to people like yourself. Now there are those who would seek him out for his insights. Funny how to have his voice heard, it helped to step off the stage. I thank you for bringing this to me. I'll just keep this one in the back. Zeke has a lot on his mind these days.
You did what?
I did what I had to do.
What you did was impulsive. And you put our friend in danger. I was coming up with a plan.
All right, I reckon when you put it that way, I did what I had to do in order to get things done in a time frame that I could find satisfactory. Which is basically the same thing. Look, here they are now. Everything went fine, right? Yeehaw! See, it's like I said. Not everybody's a detective. Folks got their own problems to worry about. Getting away with stuff is real easy. Half of the time it works every time.
That's very specious reasoning.
Much obliged.
Well, if you're safe, I guess there's no point in getting hung up on what's already happened. Can you guys just promise me that you'll be more careful in the future?
Ain't y'all ever heard of all's well that ends well? Fortune favors the bold. Stupid is as stupid does. I thought y'all were into book learning. Oh, all right, fine. We promise. With that being said, spill the beans. What'd you find out?
I see.
Wow. So, what does it all mean?
I have no idea.
What? Come on, you said talking to everyone would help us solve the case.
Elsie could really do with a little less backseat detectiving right now.
I'm sorry, I'm just all riled up.
I think the best thing we can do for now is just wait until we have something else to go on. Thanks for doing all you did. Your summary on what you learned today was incisive and insightful.
Yeah, you went out there and hit the streets like a real hard-boiled bad egg. In fact, that gives me an idea. Tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a surprise. No, not one of thems. A real surprise. You just better ready. I'm off.
Might want to double check your windows are locked tonight. Nothing more for us to do now. Better just get back to it. See ya!